What's going on, guys? So, I went and seen Batman a week ago. This Batman, overall, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. Starting off with Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves, for those who don't know, has done all the Cloverfield films, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So, firstly, the runtime, 3 hours. Is it long? To me, I didn't think so. I didn't really think of it as, man, this film's going too long. Robert Pattinson as Batman. What are my thoughts? Killed it. I would say I liked him better as Batman than Christian Bale. What he brings as year two Batman. So in that, Batman will be about 18, 19, 20 years old. And there's one scene in the film where he's looking at someone and he's just staring right through their soul and putting that fear into their eyes. So I think as a Batman, he's great. Bruce Wayne, I'm not going to go too much into Bruce Wayne. So if I get this right, in year two, he's around that 18 to 20-year-old. So Bruce as an 18-year-old is different to the Bruce who is much older in the other films, running Wayne Enterprises and so forth. So seeing him as, with all this anger and rage as Batman, it doesn't really leave too much time for Bruce. But I loved all the scenes with Batman. I thought he was great. That role for him was perfect. Going on to Zoe Kravitz, who played Selena, I thought her story and structure in this was great. I thought, showing you how she cares and she's considerate and she's trying to get enough money by stealing and that to get out and take her friend with her. I think one of the better ones that we've seen in quite a long time. The Penguin. Probably the biggest shock to me. I went into this knowing that Colin Farrell was the Penguin. But I never seen him as the Penguin when I watched the film. I didn't see Colin Farrell at all. I thought everything about his role was good. He was menacing in his own way. He seen opportunities to take them. And now knowing that they're going to do a spin-off TV show with him, I love it. I think it's going to be great. And I'm going to watch it as soon as it comes out on day one because he, as a character, is actually good. I love this dark side of Gotham. Don't get me wrong, I love the Batman versus Joker or at times, Batman with Justice League and so forth. But there's something about this sort of brooding Gotham that is dark and scary and another place you want to be that is appealing to a lot of people. And I think that's what worked well with Gotham, the TV series, even though Bruce Wayne at that point is just a young boy. I just think that whole dark sort of Gotham is what's great and what we love about Batman. It's not just always about Batman or Bruce Wayne. It's about the GCPD. It's about James Gordon. Jeffrey Wright, he is one of the best Gordons that I've seen outside of year one comic. And when I see Jeffrey Wright in this role, knowing him from Westworld and now knowing him in this, amazing. He killed it. I want to see more future films because he, as James Gordon, just was perfection. It was great. It was perfect to see. Everyone in this movie was cast great. Now, getting to the last one, the Riddler. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the Riddler, and if you see the movie, you'll understand why. But going to this, I'd only ever seen the trailer once, and I thought that's enough because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. So seeing him as a Riddler, he's got his glasses on, he's got this leather mask, and he's wearing a bomber jacket with a Riddler logo on it. You get a real serial killer vibe from him, and I think it works really, really good. And I think him as a character was actually surprisingly better than what I thought. I didn't want it to be goofy. I didn't want it to be, here's a riddle. The riddles were done in such a way that worked so good. Now, Alfred Pennywise, played by Andy Serkis. For what we've seen of the relationship between him and Bruce Wayne was a little bit different to what I thought. Overall, I thought what we've seen of him was good. I think that's going to be developed hopefully in more films. But he done well. He done well in the role. This score was great. I think It's different to like Hans Zimmer with the original Dark Knight trilogy. Michael Giacchino done the score for this. So what Michael did well was he created this brooding music that was more Gotham based. The feeling I got from it was fear, and they play that in the film where you see the bat light and it puts fear into the eyes of all villains and street punks and so forth. But the music is done so well that the bass, the sound effects, everything works. He done amazing things with this soundtrack. Anyone who likes Nirvana will appreciate this as well. That's all I'll say on that if you haven't seen it. But the music was great. I thought it added to Gotham. Not necessarily always as Batman, but I got a sense that it made Gotham feel darker and more scarier. It also, when you had the Batman's theme playing, it had that fear aspect. When you watch it for the characters who were going to get chased or attacked by Batman, you felt worried for them because him as Batman and then that music, it just worked hand in hand and just was amazing. Best use of the music was also probably my best scene, and that was down at the dock when the lights turn on. That's all I'll say. If you haven't seen it, the scene goes like 5 minutes. It's amazing. I would just go back to the movies, and I probably will, just to see that one scene. IMAX if you can. If not, just to your local cinema, and you'll love it. I loved it, and hopefully it's the start of a new era for Batman. Cheers, guys.